Hey, we're all gonna go to the mall later, cruise some chicks. I don't know what I'm saying. All right, anyways, this one goes by the year 2030, 45% of American women will be single and childless from downtown. Swish.
This is actually insane. According to a recent stat, by the year 2030, 45 or upwards to 45% of women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be single and childless. 45%.
You know what we call that, Jerry? Losers. Losers. No, I'm just kidding. If that's going to be the stat for women, what's going to be the stats for men? Bum bum bum.
A room with 100 women, 45 of them will have no children and have no husband.
And out of those 45, 5 of them will have previously been men. Think about that one. Smoke on that.
Probably not even a boyfriend unless you consider AI as a reasonable alternative. Folks, this is the long-term effects of modern feminism. Say what you will, and some may even say that feminism won, right? This is what they wanted. They wanted the girl bosses. They wanted women to be more occupied with spreadsheets than
spreading their butt cheeks. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
bed sheets, right? The home became an insult to a woman's ego. And instead, it was for you to go out there and to not just be like a man, but to be better than the man at being the man. And now this is where we are. I don't think anybody wins in this.
Yeah, I agree
And I
with
don't
that.
have a horse in this race necessarily. I have wifey, and I stand on what I stand on. And, you know, I'm always going to be old school. But for those of y'all out there who think this is sweet, that is just going to appear one day, I will just go ahead and kick the can all the way down the road. You will be 43 and wonder what the hell is going on with you and me.
I agree with them on that. I'm also a girlfriend guy. Old school Ricky Fontaine. Slick Ricky with the... Yeah, I'm just saying that I think most people, at least men, would like to have come home, your woman's there, butt cheeks are just flapping, you could smell it. You know, she's nice, you're having fun, you don't argue all the time. But a big part of it too, at least for me, tell me if maybe you grew up with two parents like I did. What I mean is like, I think a lot of us grew up and a lot of our parents argued all the time. And I think that did something to us psychologically, because you know how old I am. I'm old. But I've waited forever to like settle down. Like every girlfriend I've ever had, temporary. If that makes sense. And I think a lot of us do that on subconsciously from all of our trauma as children. I'm just joking. That's how women talk. My trauma. It's like, let it go already. But a lot of them can't let it go. You know, like most of them are not laid back like that. They see how they're all smiling. That's not. I think the expectations are too high. That's just what it is on both men and women. Like men, we have this crazy expectations of like, dude, I'm gonna get a regular looking chick. That's just cool. And we just get along. And then I'll make a big deal out of stuff. And they're not just going to up and leave me in 3 years. For what seems to be no reason. You know? We know it's true. Men will stay with the same woman for fucking ever. Forever, Jerry. Isn't that right, Nestor? Nestor's not here today. He called out sick. Little bitch. All right. I'm a man, and honestly, I think people realize the world is too evil to bring a child into this hostile place. Okay? You hear that one all the time. Good. Women can choose now, and we choose peaceful life. Well, it's funny. Men are saying the same exact thing. Even men that used to be women are saying the same thing. All right. I'm pretty sure lesbian divorce is way higher than regular divorce. I could be wrong. If Nestor was here, I'd have him look it up. Okay. Let's get it to 55 to 60%. See, that's how a lot of men think. I think there's like some kind of weird anger war. That they like to throw out the word incel a lot, which I think does not help at all. If you're a woman, the last thing you want to tell a man is that he's an incel. Don't say that. You'll just be riling up the pot. But here's the funny part, is if this statistic comes true, we'll be calling women the same thing. And we both know that's not going to go over well. They'll be like, oh, I am not an incel. I will fuck you right now. The best thing I ever said to a woman one time, I'm not ever really rude to people, but since we're on the internet and you can't talk to me, this is the best comeback. Put this in your back pocket. If some woman ever gives you shit, especially if you kind of know them, you go, look, Susie, I wouldn't fuck you if you pay. Wait. What did I say? Okay. I wouldn't fuck you with his dick if you paid me. Yeah, that's a good one. It works every time. That's not a bad thing. 45, single, no kids. What's wrong with that? I don't know. I mean, I get it. Like, I understand, for a long time I was cool with being single, but I kind of like having a chick around. I like sex. I like companionship that's not a dog, like I don't have to pick up her poop. Does that make sense? Like, I enjoy that, it's just what it is. I just do. Maybe I'm brainwashed. Maybe sex is supposed to be just for sport and not to reproduce. Right? Maybe I'm crazy. But I understand why people want to be single. I get it. I've had many girlfriends, and a good amount of them, eventually, it just becomes annoying. Like, I'm super chill. I'm never causing commotion. I'm never giving you shit. Like, it's always the other way around. It's always like them stirring up the pot. I'm not saying men don't do that. I've seen men build up shit. I'm not saying that. But for the most part, the women make something out of absolutely nothing. Stuff that we just let go. We don't even care. We didn't even notice. We didn't even notice there's a problem because there wasn't. They're making one. And that's the truth, whether they admit that or not. No, not feminism, self-preservation. We are tired of being abused by men. How many women are actually getting abused by men? That's what I want to know. They make it seem like every guy's just out here beating women up and verbally abusing them. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. I'm going to talk verbal abuse. Yeah, way more often. If a man could be a man without trying to dominate, control, abuse, and belittle us, then we might want to marry them and have families. Dude, look at every TV show that's ever been made in the history of time. It's always the woman belittling the man. I don't care if it's TNT, dude. They know drama. It's a story. It's entertainment. No, that's like some psychological shit going on, but it's also the truth. Like, that's how it's not always. My girlfriend right now, a couple of women I've been with were great girls. They're all married now with kids with the same guy for a decade plus, or a long time. I knew they were good ones. They just weren't good we just weren't perfect for each other, right? But like my woman now, it's like we're awesome. But she's still a woman. She still sometimes makes big deals out of absolutely nothing. And she's working on it in therapy. Just playing around. But no, seriously, I've had to have talks with her, though, where I'm like, hey, what is wrong? It's nothing. Chill out. And then she goes, you're right. But we could talk about these things and not like have to yell about it, or it's not like something that's continuing on and on. Because I've been with these chicks, dude. It's like, fucking forget it. It's never going to work. Okay. Nah, it's not feminism. It's just the fact that men want to be able to come home to a clean house with dinner waiting out without having to contribute to that work, while also wanting half of the bills paid by women doing all the housework and connected responsibilities. In short, men are lazy. The women are realizing if we're going to have to do all this housework, connected responsibilities, and pay the bills, it's just easier and less stressful. you're never gonna win. There are plenty of women that don't think like this. They don't. You know what's crazy? My chick actually cooks dinners, but I didn't go into the relationship. I was surprised. I was like, wow, your cooking's fucking good. It's actually kind of spoiled me. We're gonna end on that note. It's kind of like she cooks. I can bet she doesn't clean that well. She doesn't. Like there's things that she doesn't do well, but she cooks dinner. You know, like I haven't even had to go to the grocery store in like a year. I went to the grocery store recently. I'm like, what aisle is this? I'm like, fucking foreign land. You know what I mean? Like, but I didn't expect that, or I don't think men expect that, right? Like I'd rather hire especially if the chick's working too. It's like I'd rather just hire a maid to come in every 2 weeks. They're not that expensive. We got one that comes once a month, $100. Does a great job, you know. Like my girlfriend can't use a broom for shit, and I roast her for that. I don't know. I think this statistic will probably be true. Maybe. I don't know, man. But imagine, let's just predict the future here. Just a bunch of lonely people. Dude, dating market's going to be on fire when everyone's in their 50s. It's going to be bumping and jumping. The club is jumping, jumping. Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of ballos and a pocket's full, girl. Anyways, whatever. Hell of a talk. Shout out to everybody who bought a Caddy Daddy tee. Shout out to all the channel members. I love you guys. And also everybody that invested in some gold. You know, you want to be single. You're going to have a bunch of gold, a bunch of wealth when you're older. And you could leave it to absolutely nobody. Or spend it all on trinkets. Hell of a talk. Here's to all the dreamers out there who want to have a marriage. Solid stuff.